Hello, welcome to a video. Lillian's still in the UK. I'm unfortunately not been able to do anything. We're still waiting for the permissions for getting paperwork permission, should I say, so I can do some more stuff outside. So it's literally just day-to-day nothingness, which would be of no interest to anybody, I'm sure. So, as I said before, the videos are going to be a little bit sparse for a little while until I can get on and do stuff. I do have some painting to do. I've decided to paint a door, so I'll show you that in a video. I've got to get the paint yet. It's really hot. I think we're at expecting 36 degrees centigrade here today, and the UV rating for the day is extreme at 11, so I don't want to be out in this too long. Sun cream's all right, but it doesn't make up for actually not being in it. It's great if you're on holiday, but not if you're living it all the time. It does get a little bit boring just being on your own, especially when there's not a lot to keep you occupied other than just cleaning up and cooking and things like that. But thankfully, Andy and Sharon, they keep in contact. I see them, they've been round once a week just to pop and say hello. I've been there as well when I took the car for its ITV the other day, which is the first time I've ever done it on my own. Andy said, "Oh, pop in for a coffee, seems you're going to be going past nearby." So that was great, so I popped in to see them, had a coffee, and Sharon made me a bacon and egg sandwich, which was brilliant. The car passed its ITV, no problems whatsoever. Not even a minor issue of anything, so that's fantastic too. I'm going to make myself a quiche, because what I'm planning on doing is every so often is doing some more cooking, baking or something like that, to build up stock, because it'll be better for me to use the oven on a Sunday when the power is a lot less expensive, and then do things for the week, so it's just easy food. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a tuna quiche. I like those. Lillian doesn't like tuna ones, but she likes the cheese and onion one, and although I like them, I have a preference not to. So I'm going to do that and do a little bit, maybe make a couple more pies for in the week. I made some pastry on my own, and so that was cool. So I'll show you me making a quiche and my attempt at rolling pastry. Yeah, that's about it really. Go away, fly. So yeah, I'm a bit lost for things to say and do. So this is probably a very boring video for people. I don't know, but sometimes it's just the way it is. I've got the pastry out that I made yesterday. It's been in the fridge. A big amount. Obviously I'm not going to use all of this, but I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I made a lot. I'll get it rolled out, and then what I don't use can go in the freezer for another time. Yeah, put that there. Right, come on dogs, out the way. Come on, out you go. Good dogs. So I'm going to flour this, put some flour on the rolling pin, divide that off into what I think I'm going to need, and get it rolled out. I'm going to use this tin. I've used it before for myself, and that should give me at least 4 good meals of the quiche I'm going to make. Now, I don't mind eating the same thing day after day after day just to use stuff up. So that's just how I am. Lots of people don't like that, but I'm not bothered. So, right, I'll get this divided off. I think I'm going to do it in half, And then what I don't use, what I don't need for this, can go back onto the bowl and then roll and go in the freezer. Right, I'll get that wrapped up just loosely and put it back in the fridge so it don't get too warm. Right. Oop, that's too much. In fact, it is that warm here. It's say been out the fridge 20 minutes just to lose the fridge cold, and it's already getting soft. Wow. Anybody who knows about rolling pastry is probably going to go, no, that's not how you do it. Unfortunately, that's how. So yeah, it's getting warm, it's starting to break up. Blooming neck. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna have to do is put it on this board and put it back in the fridge. I think it's just breaking up too much. I'll leave it like this and get it back in fact, I'll put it in the freezer for 10 minutes and that should just bring it back, because that is not that cold now. Crikey, it's warm. Right, I'm back. I've just done a little quick test roll and it's working now. So, right, I need to keep doing this. I don't know how big I'm going to need it. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. I'll better put a bit more flour on this pin. Oh wow, it's warming up already again. I would use the granite cutting board we've got, but that's warm as well. And with it being stone, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. No, it's sticking. Okay. I'm going to have to come up with another plan. I don't know what to do. Let's see if I can and do the thing. Aha. That bit's broken off of that. As you can see how warm it is here. Should maybe have thought about doing this first thing this morning. Before it got too hot. This is not going to fit in there. I don't believe. Anyway, it's good to see people struggling, isn't it? Well, that's a lot bigger than this pan. Right, I'm thinking that'll work. Now, Lillian said, scrumple the paper up and then put it in instead of trying to make it fit. Scrumpling up's easy, I can do that. But again, it's getting so warm. And now I'm panicking. So it's square. So that's going to make it even more difficult for myself, because as you panic, you rush, don't you? And then this can go back in the fridge. I'm sure that's what I need to do. Sit back in there, little guy. Thank you. This isn't a how-to. This is how I'm doing it. Right. Not there. No, it's not quite right. There. I think that's it. Right, now I need to jiffle it about and make it go I can do the filling bit. I know how to do that. But this is so warm. I'm sure I shouldn't still be working this, but what else can I do? Right, the oven's on. This is going in the freezer. Lillian said use rice in a bag or something and put that down, but it's no good. As I was trying to get it to go out, I've made some more rips, so it's a bit patchwork, but it'll be fine for me. But you can all have a good laugh and tell me where I've gone wrong. Well, this isn't working out very well. It's so warm in here now. I know I keep saying about how warm it is, but the GoPro's overheated and shut down. Wowzers. So basically what I'm going to do, because I don't know when I'll be able to use the camera properly again, I'm having to do this on my phone, and now you're looking for the ugly filter. So I'll just turn it round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this onion into small bits, get some garlic, I'm just laughing now, and some eggs. So there'll be onions, tuna. Now tuna's in oil, but it's still really salty. I don't know how that works out, but there you go. So I won't add salt, garlic, pepper. Well, all I'm going to say is, it wasn't a complete disaster. But anyway, it's only for me, and this is a how not to do it. I think that's what I'll call it. How not to do it. So the paste I've just shown is out. I've got my mixture to go in there. If I've done too much, that's fine. It'll work in a salad or in a sandwich or something. So I'd forgotten also to say that I put cheese in. Some cheese so it melts inside, and I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on top, and I'm going to go 70s, 80s retro and put a slice of tomato on the top. Lillian always takes a mickey when I do that. So I think I just used, now well, I'll go for the full half a dozen of these chucks. I don't know if you're supposed to put milk in, I do. As I say, this isn't how you should do it, this is how I do it. Right, that's that mixed. The peppers are already in there. So right, that'll be Lillian, and if you hear that bang, that's good, it's festivities time. And I like the bangers, and the firecrackers. It's alright, Freya, good girl. Freya really does not like these loud bangs, neither does Dover. Dover's down here near my feet. I'm sure Freya won't be long. Okay, yes, so there's a little bit left. Just enough to make a bun. Good enough. Right, a bit of cheese on top. And slice some tomato up. I've got a dog's spare bowl here where I put all the extras in. The dog smell the rest of that. Nice and thin. Right, there you go, in the dog bowl. Right, now that can go back in to the cooker, oven. That can go in the fridge, I'll have that later. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's still hot. I better take notice of what time it is, hadn't I? 2:30, right. And I'll drop the temperature down to 150. Ow, ow. Right, I'll go and tidy up. Put that in the fridge. Put that in the fridge. Well, put it all in the fridge, really. Right, we'll see how it looks when it's done. Okay, so I think it's done. That's the total tidy out the oven's been on, if you can see it. It says 1 hour 29. But that was preheating it and everything else. Okay. Ho 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 ho! That looks nice. Most definitely hot. Ah. Right, there we go. Right, I'll leave that to cool down and then take it out of this tray so it's cooled down enough, and then put it on this rack to cool down. Right, well, I won't be eating any of it today because I want this for in the week. So yes, we'll see what it's like when I cut into it. That'll be tomorrow. Right then, we'll see what it's like. It's the next day, it's evening time. You might be able to hear in the background the dogs are munching their food. So, I'll give it a cut. If I do it right, yes. There. There you go. That looks really, really nice. So I'll be having that and some salad, and that'll do me for today. Right, and there we have it. That's what I'm having for my tea. So quiche, salad that I made, crispy onions, and that'll do. It's far too hot to be eating anything big. Is that better now you've had a bath and you've had a haircut? You feel better now? So his white's back to white. That won't last long. His black's back to proper black, which will end up being grubby. And his grey's back as grey, which it's always been. Thankfully they've cut the fur between his pads because he's struggling to get up on these incredibly slippery floors we have. They're great for keeping the floor cool, but they're not so great for a dog who's got furry feet for getting up on. I asked them not to overdo him with smellies, which is good. They didn't. So, I had intended to get this door painted. And I've come in and checked to find the stuff I needed. Hang on, turn this way. To get stuff that I needed to rub it all down and get ready to start painting it. It's back. And it's worse. So, I'm now convinced it's not necessarily condensation. I think it's a drip. I think it's a leak. So I'm going to have to cut a section of this plasterboard out. And have a look. Now we do have a number of a plumber, and hopefully if there is a problem he can come out and sort it. It's lasted a long time. It should last forever really. And the pipes are not copper. The pipes are the new style stuff, which is white, and they're quite flexible. I think they've got a layer of aluminium or some metal, and then they're inside as well. I can't remember what they're called, Plex or something. I don't know what they're called, but it's not something I can do because you need special tools to crimp and do stuff, I believe. So I better get this cut out and see what's up there. I'm expecting a right mess, because when we had this bit sorted out, all here, the builder that did it did only half a job, which is something that we had arguments with him for and everything, and he just walked away. And he also never received his final payment because of it. It's also something we could do without. Lillian still been in Scotland, and what's going on for her there, so having to deal with it over messages and everything, because obviously she needs to be kept in the loop of what's going on. Yeah, so I'll get this sorted out and I'll show you what mess there is, and then hand it over to Lillian, where she can get in contact with the plumber, who doesn't speak any English. There are English plumbers about, but we've got one that we trust, so we'll stay with that guy, and hopefully he can come out and sort it, because we can't just turn the water off for that little bit, because that little bit feeds the whole property, and I don't want to be without water, especially with these temperatures. It's already 32 degrees. So I've got this drill and a weird drill bit that you can actually run along to make a slice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hole and elongate it using this drill bit just long enough so I can get a saw in and then cut it. I've also got to be really careful, because that light has power and I don't know where the electricity is for it, where the cables run. And I don't know also exactly where the water pipes are. And the other problem is this corridor, it's not very wide, it's only a metre, so I don't have a lot of space to work and film. So I'm going to go around here, so it's not too big a hole, just so I can see what's what. And then obviously if it is a broken pipe, then it's going to have to be made bigger so the plumber can get in to fix it. Right, hopefully now I can get the saw in to go that way. Oh, I better do it that way as well, hadn't I? This is probably not the correct saw, but it's the only one I've got, and it's what I'm going with. Which way? This way first, I think. And I'm going to try not to go too high as well. Ooh. Yes, that's a lot of water. I've got water dripping out here now. It was a hope that it was only condensation, but I'm guessing by the amount of water coming out, it isn't. That's the metal framing for that. Oh dear. That's a lot of water. Okay, right. Oh well, that'll teach me for wishful thinking that it was only condensation. Oh, it's right at a junction as well, which is good. Well, that's kind of good. Freya, out. Freya, outside. Go. Dover. You're not allowed in the caves. Right. Look at that. Oh dear. I see where it's coming from. Yeah. Okay, so it's a leak, and thankfully it's in an easy place to get to for a plumber. Okay, I don't know if this will come out. I will put a photograph in as well. Thankfully it's all up there, and it is a join. Why the plumber used that type of join, I don't know. He's a plumber, or claimed to be, I don't know. But it's that junction there. You can see the pipe swollen. So I've just let Lillian know, and hopefully she's going to get onto the plumber now. Could really do without this. And we've just had another contact for renting the caves out, just for a couple of days. And this person has gone through our Airbnb listing. I think it's been confirmed. I don't know yet. It's only just happened. So, got to get this fixed. And luckily, we've got a couple of weeks before they get here, if they definitely come. Right. But also, potentially, on the 6th of July, there's a motorbike race in here, and there's a possibility that we might get a last minute booking for that. Right, so that's all the rest of that plaster down. Oh, and obviously I'm going to have to cut out more because we don't want mould on the other side, obviously. So, that's a better look at the junction bit that's leaking. Dripping slowly. I don't think it's going to blow now I've seen it, but you know what it's like. I'm going to turn this round, and so I can use this bit of film as well, or video should I say, to see how far I need to go with this plasterboard. How far do I need to cut it? And also where the light fitting is on the other side. And that there, bit of pipe there, is the old pipe that used to feed the property with water. I'm guessing that that hadn't been fitted correctly, or it's just because it's not one of them compression-y things, it's just given out. I don't know, and I don't know why he used that either, because I would have thought for that joiner he'd have done it like that. And why he did that joiner is because this pipe comes down, like I say, and comes down here, and there's actually somewhere around here a fitting to the water pipe that then feeds over there. I did ask him to put a panel on just in case, and he said no. So there you go. Right, I'll get this cleaned up, and I better put a pot down here to catch the drips. Right, so cleaned up all the mess. That's looking better. Got my drip bucket. Made this a lot bigger. I've gone up to this bar. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, start that bit again. I've gone up to this bar here, which I can't really see very well. There, this. And what I will do is I'll add another bar to run along to mount the repair piece of plasterboard. I've taken all the old screws out. So I need to get a bit of plasterboard. I'm sure I know somebody who might have some. And then once the repair's done, obviously, and get it fixed and painted. So yeah, overall it's not as bad as it could be, but it's a lot worse than I was hoping it was going to be. Righty-ho, so it's the next morning. Still waiting for a plumber. Our usual one did get back to us and said he couldn't do it. So I contacted the people who repaired the gas boiler and asked them if they knew of a plumber that could do the repair and show them a picture. And they said, yes, we can. But unfortunately, we can't come out until next week. So life's a bit pants at the moment. But hey ho. The quiche is nice. And the weather is awesome. And this morning I got up to an alert on my mobile phone for severe heat warning for this weekend. Potentially 38 degrees in the shade, which is high. But as people say, it's summer. But yeah, these are late July, early August temperatures. So hopefully the video's been okay. And we'll try and make a bit more progress. And we'll be putting out the lemon video that I promised a few videos ago. So I'll get that one out in the next few days too. It is an old video. Well, not an old video, it's a video that we shot in May actually, and we just never got around to posting it. So I'll do that. So you'll see Lillian, even though she's not here.